Welcome to part 3. If you checked out the other videos, you would have saw I got the mid cab and then I got the rear end done. So basically what I have left is the front end, battery, and ESC mount. I'm going to start off by screwing a mount to my jig. Basically what I'm going to do here is using the bottom front windshield bar, I'm going to butt it up in that area, laying it on the tab. On that back side of the tab is where I'm going to mark the bar. So I'm going to put the vise in right here. When I bend it, the bend will actually end up being down here. I'm going to go ahead, bend this out, duplicate it, weld them on, tack the shock tabs on, and I'll talk to you after that. Now that I got those on, I went ahead and I took the car off the jig. I put on front shocks, and the next step is I'm going to cut these little nubs off right here off the main frame. After I cut those off, I'll grab a rod and I'll butt it up down there and I'll put it somewhere along these lines, but I'm not going to put a bend anywhere in it. I'm going to keep it straight. So before I put on any other bars and it gets all tight, I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take these two tabs and I'm going to attach them to the back side of this receiver box, which is from an OEM bomber that usually has a bar across here, which is plastic. I went ahead and I cut it off. I got the tabs screwed to the box, so I'm going to use the ground as a vise on the scrap wood to hold the rod in place. I'll then be holding this down against the rod and tacking it down. I'm going to use the notches in the box on each side to seat inside the frame like that. While it's seated, I'm then going to figure out where's straight, measure it out, cut, weld it, and move on. For the next step, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach bars right here using the mount I just added as a reference to put this bar on this side, but then I'm going to measure out this bar to figure out where I want it this way. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a bar across right here, but what I'm going to do is put a bend so it has another little notch to match this one. Now that that's on, I'm going to go ahead, grab a rod, give it a bend somewhere around this area on both sides, and then I'll tack them on. I'm also going to measure out some bars to put in just right about there. So now that the front end's done, all I got left to do is mount the battery and the ESC. For this, I'm going to mount the battery up front for just a little bit of a better weight distribution in the front. And we're going to go ahead and put the ESC right here.